up, everybody? Welcome in Sunday here. We're winding down, getting ready for Christmas and the new year in 2026. I think is going to be an awesome year. So, welcome back into Let's Talk Live here on the LTL Media channel. I am your host, Brian. Some other people have other names for me, whatever it may be, but this is where we hang out and we have fun. But speaking of fun, Friday night was phenomenal. I wanted to go over the Karen Reed fundraiser and talk a little bit about that. And it was just such a great night, a great panel of guests, the unity, the commonality, and all of it. And then just having that treat of Karen Reed jumping up on stream with us for what I thought was going to be 5, 10, 20 minutes. We got almost a full hour and just let her talk and just get things off her chest and where she's been at mentally over these last 6 months since trial has ended. So yeah, we'll get into a lot of that tonight, but it was really nice to be part of that and show support. And that is just going to be one of many of the fundraising streams that we do on these collective creator channels. I want to give a shout out to DJ from Calling All Beings. He did such an amazing job hosting that first show. And I thought it was great because, he was kind of like a neutral channel in all of this. I know there's been a lot of like back and forth with some of us and the vision and all that shit. But I thought DJ handled it well. His hosting was phenomenal, bringing guests in and out. There was a lot of people on panel. I know a lot of people said something like that it felt like it was too much, but I loved the way that we did it. I love that we filled up the whole screen. It gave a sense of general community, and like, it was just great. Like having 9 people on screen at time and not anybody talking over anybody or interruptions. It flowed really well. It was great. And it was a huge treat to get Karen up on there. So, DJ, we had Boston Beer, we had Boston Brandy, Mike from the Young Jerks that did a show this afternoon. I want to thank Mike for supporting me. I totally support his channel. He did a great job this afternoon and participating in the fundraiser as well, too. Brenda and Dennis Sweeney, we had Scott McGinnis, we had Nan, we had Corey and Emily that came up and read sidebar transcripts, which is awesome. And it's nice that we're getting that treat now from Corey, with her lawsuit against the Norfolk DA's office to release those. And, we're seeing a lot of that activity on X now too, which has been great to be able to read through all those and see what was going on during those sidebars. Because you remember, trial 1 and trial 2, specifically trial 1. I mean, a lot of it was battled in the sidebars, and it's just not privileged information that we have at that time. But it's nice now to see those transcripts and be able to go through and say, all right, what were we talking about, at that time? So, it's a whole nother piece of the puzzle here that we can see and collectively put this all together and say, okay, this is what they were doing against Karen. These are the things that they were talking about Karen. This is the, potential evidence or potential witnesses that they were trying to keep out. And we're going to have that ability now to look at all of that. And then, of course, we had Karen, we had John Como that came over from Canton Chronicles, which was great. Meredith joined us, and it was just really great. Scott McGinnis, boots on the ground, Nick Rocco, and the panel just goes on and on. And these panels, as we continue to do this civil fundraising for Karen to continue her fight, to just get her out of courtrooms in general. She still has a huge fight. And the reason that we're doing this and the reason that we're supporting this and the reason that we'll continue to support this is, her fight, and you're going to hear her own words here too. We're going to play through this. Her fight that continues through the civil courts now. She's been exonerated and acquitted of any criminal wrongdoing in John O'Keefe's death, but getting to those answers of finding out what happened at 34 Fairview, because you're bringing in all the players. You're bringing the Norfolk DA's office back. You're talking about the corrupt police officers, and they're going to have to sit for depositions in this. They're going to have to explain. And this is what I always said too. In civil trials, you get everything. You don't get to hide behind a judge that seems to be in favor with the prosecution. You don't get to hide behind any of that anymore. All is it's out on the table. It's all in play. So to continue to fund this, to continue to fund Karen's fight, this is going to help to get answers closer to finding out what happened to John O'Keefe. So that's kind of my open monologue. Again, we're going to talk a little bit about this tonight and go back. And something I want to talk about as well that was kind of a major issue was the issue of super chats that came up on our channels. And I want to be fully transparent because I had said that I made a large donation during the show, and I want to be transparent with all of you to show that and it's just even gross that I have to do this, because I do things with integrity. I've always done things with integrity here, and clip that. I love it. Just clip it, and you can clip this too when I show the receipts too. But I hate to be questioned, so I'm just going to show everybody tonight what my revenue was during that stream and the donations I made. And it's gross that we even have to do this, but you can clip it. You can put it up on X. Show this. I love it because I know you're all watching right now. But I'm going to show you the receipt right now. So what I did was, hang on one second. Let me just pull this up. Okay, so what we did was I went back through my YouTube analytics, and when I streamed, I made $84.47 during that stream. So this stream was central on Calling All Beings channel, and then we outsourced it so we could maximize our groups, because a lot of the audiences might not know DJ's channel, or if we did it on Mike's channel, maybe some people don't know about me, maybe some people don't know about DJ, and we felt like this was the way to maximize this fundraising event. So I made $84.47. You can see down here, I had my watch ads actually made a little bit more than the super chats and gifts that were given during the show. And you can see content performance here at $84 and the estimated revenue of 57 cents. That will continue, and it will probably generate pennies as this goes. But, during the stream, I ended up making a $500 donation. You can see the receipt there. It was an emailed receipt on Friday, the 19th, when we had the stream. And then I also did a Venmo donation of $500. So I donated $1,000 during that stream. So there's that. So we've covered that. I did a post about it. Someone was challenging me on X today. I put the post out there on X, and I said, well, here's my receipts. I have no problem showing my receipts. So I put out there more than what I made in watch time and super chats. So I guess that's that. So anyway, let's look in the chat here. Let's see who's in here. Let's see. Let's go all the way back up. I love this. I love the AV. Yep. AV Design is my video editor. I've been working with him. I was a little bit late getting on stream today. Him and I are discussing a video that we're currently working on. I think that you guys are going to be really happy when this thing drops in a couple of days, and we're going to continue to work together in the future. I love what he's doing for the channel. I think it's going to elevate what we do in these live streams, and then we can just break them all down into like palatable 10-minute clips, 15-minute clips that you guys can all watch, which is the most central things about all these live streaming. So I appreciate it. AV's done a phenomenal job so far. Our collaboration has been great, and I can't wait to drop that first video for all you guys. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Pat's in the house says, hey, Brian, hope you have a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. I appreciate you. Trust is love. Merry Christmas, Brian. Glad everyone was respectful during the fundraiser. It was such a great time. The energy was great. The vibes were great during that stream. And I look forward to collaborating with all these people that we bring kind of into the circle when we do this. So it's going to be really great. Law Talker says, Brian, your colleagues have been saying the nicest things about you. Well earned and deserved. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody. Look, I do this because I care. I do this because I enjoy it. I do it because I like to dig into things. That's why I do multiple FOIA requests all the time. I've been having, I have, lawyers on my channel. I have retired Mass State Police troopers on my channel. I talk with many, many attorneys about this case. I collaborate behind the scenes with information with other attorneys that are digging into this story. So, the story continues. Karen Reed's fight is not over. And why I do this is because I give a shit about it. And I told Karen the first time I ever sat down with her, the first time I ever physically got to meet her and sit down with her, and we broke bread that night. And I looked at her and I said, I'm here to support you. I don't expect anything. The only thing that I expect is that you walk out of these courtrooms that you've been involved in and just go on with your life. That's my expectation here. I do the things that I do because I care and I want to do them. And I always had said this, as anybody that follows Karen Reed, whatever you're doing to support Karen Reed in any way, doing a standout, making a sign, donating $1, uh, putting a craft fair together and donating the funds, using your facility to facilitate people that want to donate for Karen's cause. Any single way, just even telling her story to someone, and sharing that with someone to inspire them to get them involved and talk about this movement that is still strong. Um, that's that's the purpose of doing all of this. If you can help in any way and spread the word of Karen Reed and spread, and let people know of what's going here in Norfolk County, what's going on here in the state of Massachusetts, because it's not only happening here, people. It's happening in your state, in your town, in your jurisdictions as well too. And we talked about this on the Fundraiser stream, is that people need to start getting involved in their local elections, because if the people in your community are not working well for you and not doing the correct things for you, you have a voice and you have voting power. Sitting on X and sitting on Facebook and standing behind a keyboard and saying, I really hate the fact that X, Y, and Z is in office does not help. You need to do the research on these candidates, and you need to get out when it's voting time and vote them out and get people involved in your community to vote these people out. So, that's what I have to say about that. Allison, thank you so much for being here and being a channel member. Says, hi, Brian. Merry Christmas to you and everyone here. Yes, absolutely. Merry Christmas. Uh, Mike, what's up, dude? How are you? Nice to see you. Great stream this afternoon. Appreciate all your kind words. And I look forward to streaming with you again pretty soon. Nan checking in says, hey, Brian, great job with everything who collaborated on Friday night. It was great. It was great to have you there to kind of close out the show, give you, give us your opinion and expertise of everything. I love collaborating with you. You're a good friend of mine off of YouTube. And I really appreciate when you come and join my shows as well, too. So Scott McGinnis in the house says, Grant is on 9 hours of deep dive in the sidebars today. His part 2 is crazy. I'll have to check that out, Scott. Nice to see you back here. Very nice to see you. It was nice to collaborate with you. And I think you did a great job of telling that story along with Dennis and Brenda the other night, of kind of the boots on the ground story down there, because that was the heartbeat of this movement. The people that were down there in the snow and the slush and the rain and the heat. And I've been out and done those standouts too with you guys. And I get it. And you guys really created that groundswell down there. So thank you for being there. And I hope that sign that is signed by multiple people, that Free Karen Reed sign, that thing should be like in the Smithsonian. I think it would be great to be there, or in some type of museum. Kathleen, thank you so much for being here. So thanks for all you do for so many. You're the best. Keep up the fight. You as well. I mean, you coming to these shows, supporting the shows, just watching makes this channel grow and evolve. So I appreciate that. Let's see. Pick a handle says no quit. I love that. Grammy says, hi, everyone. Last night was awesome. It was so great. Mike, no quit. Let's see. Thank you so much. Thanks for the like. The words Karen said about you were so how it felt. I'm so sorry you have to do this. It's insane. Yeah, I mean, listen, I shoulder it. It's fine. I don't care. There's many people that have been attacking me since, just before the trial ended. Have at it. I just say they're obsessed with me. They constantly talk about me. Uh, it's weird. It's really weird. It's weird behavior. And lately, I've just been firing back. I just don't really give a fuck anymore. If you're gonna come at me, I'm just gonna fire back, and that's fine. So you can clip that too, because I know you're all watching. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, look, this is the part of it. It's every little inch that they have to come in and try to fire out and say, no, you didn't really do it. Well, yeah, I did. And if any of these people want to ask Karen, go ahead, ask them. It's just stupid. Um, Money making Mike, thank you so much. Pat says, Brian, you've always donated to Karen. It's fun. I was sad you have to prove this. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, let's move on with the show. What I want to do is I want to go back to I want to show you kind of Karen just post trial and how she is now. And I want to show the differences of that. I can understand, and she talks about, after trial was just such a blur. And I'm pretty sure it still is a blur for her. And, I could sense, and I don't want to speak for her, but this is just my opinion. When she came up the other night, you know, when she first gets on screen, she just lets it go. And I can feel that raw emotion out of her. I can see it on her face. I can see everything that she's been going through, and now all this mounting pressure of the civil trial. You've just come out of two major criminal trials. You've been acquitted of murder. Okay. And all of that wave of emotion, all of that adrenaline that's pumping through you, it may settle for a second, but then all of a sudden you have now to look at the civil aspect of this, and it just ramps up your mind, and your mind is probably going a million miles an hour, and you're trying to get good lawyers that you can work with. You're trying to get good people that you can work with. You now have to start sourcing out experts and looking for, she was just saying on the stream the other night that they had a stream about they had a call about who's going to do depositions, and have to compiling all that. It's like you're fighting for your life for 3 years, and it stops for a second, and here you go. I mean, this is still a major part of her life. But what I wanted to do is go back and look at the Howard Carr interview back on August 28th. And I just want to watch, her demeanor during that show and how it was coming out of trial at that point. We'll watch some of it, and then I'm going to play back some of um the fundraiser interview. And again, what we love to do, and let me just do this. I'm going to refresh the civil defense, and I have the link at the top. So right now we're at 30,521. I would love if we could get by the end of the stream to 31,000. Like, we just put $500 in there today, tip that over the 31,000 mark. I have the link at the top of the chat, and I'll drop it in the chat as well. $1, $5, $10, $1, whatever it is. If you could donate and do that, it would really help. All right, let's play through Howie's interview here with Karen. Let's play.
Howie Carr is back.
All right, with us this hour are Alan Jackson and Karen Reed, and I'm going to speak. I wanted to talk to Karen Reed a little bit this segment, and it's mainly about the court and the legal wranglings to come. But I did want to check in with Karen Reed, and thanks so much for coming in, Karen.
Thanks,
we really
Howie.
appreciate it. What's your post-trial life like?
It's not quite as I expected. I was expecting a switch to be flipped. That was the opposite of the one that got flipped on me at 6 a.m. on January 29th, 2022. But it's been more like a dimmer, that the lights are coming on a little brighter each week. There's moments I have every day that have these little epiphanies of, wow, this is the first time I've done fill in the blank in the last 4 years that I wasn't living with this nightmare.
Were you even allowed to leave the state?
I was, yeah. I didn't have any travel restrictions.
Okay, so now, but you lost your house. You had to sell your house.
Yeah, I sold my house between the two trials. I was scraping to afford one trial, and that was with the help of my attorneys to just.
Now that's what I want everybody to realize here. What did her house sell for? It's like 900,000. So it's like your life that you've built in this house is just gone and erased, and you're writing a check. I mean, do you know how sad that must be? It's like your house burning down. It's just gone. It's liquidated. To have to fight a criminal trial, 2 criminal trials, just gone, liquidated. All your assets are gone. And then we have to find out, she's going to move back in with her parents. And she said on the stream the other night, it's not the house that she grew up in. It's a lot smaller. And I remember her telling me, like, and her parents telling me, Janet telling me, this is like Karen's furniture is everywhere because we just don't have the room for it. But I get it and I feel it. You don't want to give that up. That's your stuff. That's your possessions, and have to give up your house to fight a criminal trial. I mean, the mental stress of that, it would devastate me. This is something that she's worked for very hard. And then have to be falsely prosecuted and have to liquidate your assets to give to lawyers to fight. All right, here we go.
This defense together, but then to face it a second time, I was not financially prepared at all. So I knew I was hanging on to my house, but after the first trial, I realized I just can't.
So,
I mean, you realize when you have to sacrifice to make something happen, to fight for your life, you pull every lever you can. Like I'm going to take to couch surfing. I can't sit on this asset anymore.
so you lost your house, you lost your 2 jobs, right? You had you get a really good job at Fidelity, right?
I had a great job at Fidelity. I've always wanted to be there, and I felt lucky every day that I walked into 245 Summer Street, and I worked with brilliant people. I learned every day, and that job was not just a job. That was my career, and I still miss it.
Is there a chance you could ever get it back?
I don't know. I think I don't know if I can hop back on the commuter rail and walk through South Station every day. And I have other things I need to do in terms of illuminating what I've seen the last 4 years.
Now, so you're living with your parents now,
Yes.
right? And what's that like at this
Very true.
late date?
I consider myself very fortunate that for all I've lost, the things I need, I still have. And I'm lucky. My parents are in their late 70s. I'm lucky I have them. They're smart, they're nurturing and funny, and we watch movies together. We've traveled, we've taken a few trips, the 3 of us together. And I prayed during this ordeal that you can take away, God, whatever needs to be taken away, but let my parents be here on the other side, even for one day. Can I have one day with my parents after an acquittal? And I've had a summer, and we make the most of it. We're going to see them for dinner after this, and I love seeing them every day.
How are they doing? How are Bill and Janet doing?
My parents are great. They're the strongest people I know.
They're a really, really tight family. Really tight.
They're faithful.
And I guess you would have to be, going through all of this, you would have to be. Because those are the close people that you have to rely on, because that's the family circle, that circle of trust within the family. And that's really who you have to lean on in times like this. And Bill and Janet they were rock stars. They were there all the time.
Well,
like-
they're strong, and they have good sense of
And
humor.
you got all your other family. You got your brother, and you got your cousin Kelly. And,
I've got friends and family and new people that I have come into my life. A lot of support around me at all times.
But did you get your car back yet?
I don't have my car back yet. I don't.
Right.
I do not have
And
the
her
car.
cell
Not for lack of
phones.
trying.
Give her a
Not
phone
for lack of
back.
trying, right?
Why won't they give you back your car?
I mean, it's just logistics at this point. There's so much water under the bridge that it would require Adam Lally or somebody from the DA's office reaching out to us, and we know how that goes.
So I got to ask you. I read yesterday that they've Elizabeth Banks.
I hear a lot about this. The one thing they don't talk about is your trips. That doesn't go well with donators. Just saying. How do you know that she doesn't have friends in those places? How do you know? She probably does. She may have friends in those places that she goes. I know some of the places that she goes to. Have you ever thought about that? Friends, family, relatives. I'm sure they have some out-of-state friends. I'm not knocking you on it, but I know that's a big thing that gets brought up about this. People have personal lives outside of what they do in the courtroom. life in some aspect, you have to have some relief from the daily grind of trial and the daily grind of preparing for that and mentally going through all of that. All right, here we go.
Is going to play you in the movie. And I said, how are is this the same movie that you sold the rights to? What's the story?
You know what, Howie? I probably read that the same time you did, give or take a couple minutes. I have nothing to do with that. It's not authorized by me in any way. There is a more to this story. I won't say another side. I think that the public at large knows this story. They know the truth, but there's a lot more to it than what I think Elizabeth Banks knows at this point. But I've never spoken to her. This is not the authorized. I have not blessed this. No.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this: if it's not too catty a question, she's 52 years old. You're 45. I mean, how do you feel about her, an older woman, playing you?
Well, this happened. This nightmare started when I was 42. So she'd be playing someone 10 years younger, which I'm not an ageist in any way, but I would like to see this if it were to come to life on a big screen or on a small screen. I'd love for supporters of mine and people who believe in the truth of this to know more than what Elizabeth Banks knows.
And it's really her story to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is Karen Reed's story to tell. It's not Hollywood's story to make up and to fill in blanks that they want to fill in, to take a poetic license, a literary license, movie license. It really is Karen Reed's story to tell. And so it's a little bit of a shame that she was never even consulted, never even contacted. Like she said, we read about this.
It was totally new when you read it yesterday.
Yeah. I had heard through the grapevine that she was interested, but I would think she'd have reached out to us. She knows who our contacts are in California. Yeah, we're not hard to find.
So your next thing is the movie, or what's your next move?
I don't know from day to day what my next move is. I'd like a book out there. There's just a lot more to tell. A lot of what it took to fight this that was behind closed doors. I think people would be very interested in that.
The story does need to be told, but it needs to be told accurately. There's a lot of things that were uncovered during the course of this trial and this odyssey, and it needs to be told accurately.
I want to ask you about that when we come back, but I wanted to show, I found a bag.
Yeah, I'm going to play that trailer in a second. It's coming out, I think, in January 10th or 19th. Let me see. What's the date on it? January 10th at 8 p.m. There's a Lifetime movie, but that's not the one that Karen is involved with. So keep that in mind. But I will play the trailer here in a second. Let's play here a little bit more.
In the trash. I am from Norfolk County, and I found this bag. Norfolk County District Attorney. It's Michael Morrissey bag. So I got
and you literally found it in the trash.
I literally found it in the trash, and there's some stuff in here.
I mean, somebody's got taste. Throwing that away.
Look at this. It's a Where's Chloe? Where's Chloe?
Everybody loves Chloe. Everybody wants to find out what happened to Chloe.
Hey, look at this. Look at this, guys.
Those are dangerous.
Those are dangerous. I think this may be contraband in Norfolk County.
I know. They got a bolo out.
This is an indictable offense, putting this on this table, I think.
Exactly.
And I stopped by Mass State Police Headquarters in Middlesex County today, and I went to the store, and guess what they have here? This is some fresh from the factory.
Are there 47 pieces? Exactly. Is the question.
Exactly. Some of them are big.
Here's how I fixed my marionette lines fast. This is my face at 72. No makeup, no filter.
The commercials on Rumble just make me laugh.
Just one aloe vera.
Yeah. Some of them are small. Hold it up for the camera there. It's just they have shifts working three shifts a day on this, 24 hours a day, breaking pale light.
I'm sure.
To throw out at the crime scenes. Karen Reed, thank you so much. We'll be back with Alan Jackson here, and we're so happy you're here, and we're so happy you beat the rap twice.
Thank you, Howie.
Twice. I'm Howie Carr.
All right, that's a little bit from Howie. Let me play the Lifetime trailer. This dropped, I think, a day or two ago. All right, here's the Lifetime movie that's coming out on January 10th. We'll drop the trailer here. I don't know about it. I don't know. The acting's always weird in these Lifetime movies. It always seem weird. I don't know. It's very feels AI-ish. But here we go. We'll play this.
911! We need someone now. There's a guy. He's unresponsive in the snow. Come on, John.
I'm just gonna pause this really quick. The first thing I remember is when they put this out, the little text description about it was like, story of Karen Reed, boyfriend John O'Keefe found in a snowbank, and I just went, oh gosh, here we go.
Just behind me is the location of the death of Boston police officer John O'Keefe.
Karen Reed, you have the right to remain silent.
I loved this man.
Karen, did you kill John O'Keefe? Karen Reed had nothing to do with it.
It just feels like this whole town is turning on me.
She got drunk, she hit him, she left him to die.
They all have their minds made up.
We're trying to fit the evidence to the narrative they already decided on.
That's outrageous. She did not run him over.
Oh boy.
It's like I was the only suspect.
No matter how long it takes, no matter how long they keep trying, we will not stop fighting.
Everybody's so damn sure. Burn me at the stake already.
Accused, the Karen Reed story. Premieres Saturday, January 10th at 8.
All right, so seeing the clip of the trailer, let me I was laughing. Let me ask you, do you think that the Lifetime movie is going to be pro Karen Reed or anti Karen Reed? If you think it's going to be pro, put a 1 in the chat. If you think it's going to be anti, put a 2 in the chat. Let's see where everybody lands on this. See where everybody lands on this. All right. And then doing so, let's go back and we'll watch some of the a lot of 2s. Wow. A lot of 1s, 2s. Looks like it's kind of split right now. 2, 1, 2. A lot of 2s. A lot of anti. Really? 1, but I'm concerned. Okay, that's fair. That's 4. Jill says it's going to be stupid. I think the best way to go into these is just have the lowest expectation possible, and then you may be surprised. You may be surprised. But yeah, I mean, this too. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't talk to her at all, so it makes me think anti. It could be. But the best thing is to going with the lowest expectations possible, and you might be pleasantly surprised. All right, let's go through a little bit of this. I may not play in its entirety. I know the Pats are on at like what, 8:20 tonight. Maybe we'll play through this. Let's listen to Karen in her own words. So we saw her on Howie in August, late August. Now this is her just the other day. You could kind of see her come down. I mean, she had about a month out from the trial, so she kind of came down a little bit. And I felt a lot of, and this is just my opinion, I felt a lot of angst. I felt a lot of anxiety. You can tell that she's completely still living in fear of the Norfolk DA's office. She talks about that, and then obviously all the the trials and tribulations of her civil trial now. All right, let's play through this.
So without further ado, party people, put your hands together for Miss Karen Reed. Can I get an amen for Karen?
Hi guys, I don't know why I think Scott McGinnis made me emotional.
Is it because he's not wearing his hat on backwards, Karen? Because we all had the same reaction when he came on.
DJ, can you move her to the middle?
Hi, Karen.
Yes, yeah, we can do that.
Hi,
We'll put Karen in the middle.
Just so she feels the love, right?
Good call. Thank you. Good
We
call,
all
Bia. This is
standing with
this
you.
is why I have such a great co-host. My God. So lucky.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm every day is just a different day. I was telling somebody yesterday, I have no experience living each day that I'm living. And it's like I had 3 years of trial, and there was some repetition. Like I did the same thing at the same time many of those days. And now in the last 7 months, it's a whole new routine that I'm trying to adapt to. And it just hit me seeing Brenda and Dennis and Scott. And I don't think some of the supporters, and Nick too, I talk to Nick every day. I haven't seen Nick's face in a minute, but
I don't think some of the supporters understand what those moments walking into court every day, and there were rainy days, but there were a lot of very beautiful sunny days, and I would roll the window down near this little square, this kind of courtyard area in Dedham, and I would see the Sweeneys, and I would eventually see Scott, and I don't think you understand what that moment in time meant to me, that might I not leave this courthouse the same way that I'm arriving at the courthouse. And I was excited, even with what was happening. I was excited to get off the exit every day. And I've never been embraced by people like this for any other reason in my life. I'm not very athletic. I mean, other than my friends and family, I've never really had people cheer for me for anything. And to have it every day, you can't not look forward to it. It's just human nature.
And that's uplifting your spirits, where you're getting in to go do probably one of the hardest things in your entire life, to face a corrupt government that has framed you for a murder. And that's what she looked forward to, because that uplifted her spirits every day before she went into court. The power that she was drawing from that crowd to go in there and have to face this.
But all the other emotions that were in my body, going to court every day, and I had this like envy
All right, Scott, you're human,
of the
brother.
people like the Sweeneys and Scott and Nick that, you know, might we split ways at the end of this, where I'm not free anymore and I won't ever see you again. And I can't, it's just very surreal. And it's taken me it's taken a minute to just bounce back.
I'm just going to pause this really quick. And let's see. Someone said they hadn't seen this yet. Yeah, I have this full clip on my channel. So if you want to watch it without my commentary, it's there. You can watch it. And I just want to do this. Listen, try to raise a little money for Karen tonight. The defense fund right now is at $30,531. I'd love to just get it to just to 31,000. We can just throw a little money in there. Just like 500. I just want to get like $500 in there tonight by the end of the stream. Her defense fund link is there. 5, 10, 15, $20. I know it's before the holiday, but if you had a little extra money right now, you can kick in. That would be great. All right, let's keep playing this.
It hasn't been the way I thought it would be, but I didn't really have any reason to have certain expectations. I guess I thought life would revert to what it was before, although that wouldn't be possible, but I would just feel normal, and I don't quite feel that way. But I can't tell you, it feels really good to see everybody. I wish I could. I'm on my phone. Is that John Como? Is he there?
That's John Como. Is
Yeah,
there?
maybe.
Oh. John, don't take this the wrong way, but John sleeps in my bed every night.
Definitely, yeah, you got to bet. He got to bet.
You know.
Karen, what?
That'll be clipped.
Yeah, we're gonna
let them.
That'll definitely be clipped.
It's a nice bet, isn't it, John?
I had lived in my house since 2017, and I lived alone, obviously. And I don't want to use the word curate, that's too fancy, but I had everything the way I liked it. I had ordered 3 different mattresses until I found the one just for me that was perfect. And the years leading up to trial, when things would quiet down in between hearings, I wallpapered, I painted, just trying to find economical ways to occupy my nerves. And I was happy when I moved to, and John paid me, but I was happy that my bed, which was relatively new, went to someone who stood for something in my life. And I have a cousin very dear to me who took all my art and books, and I didn't take any of it. I moved in with my parents, and it's not the house I grew up in. It's smaller, and there just wasn't room for anything. So I've got rid of everything. But I liked being able to give it to people that weren't strangers. So.
I mean, the crazy thing is we were all strangers to each other. You know, we all met each other because of the fact that we all wanted to help you and find justice for John. So, you know, none of us would be even here today if this tragedy didn't happen to you. And I mean, so strangers once, but friends, you know, throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I met all
That's
of
right.
you. I met all of you because of what happened to Karen. Everybody that's on this screen right now, became friends with because of what happened to Karen. We're like, hey, I got to come together and, you know, come to Boston and do stuff. So, James, when you want to talk, just unmute. It's just the noise of the vehicle, but you're welcome.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I don't know
Go
if
ahead.
you guys can hear me. Hey, Karen,
Yes, sir.
how are you?
Hi, James. Good to see you.
I'm sorry. I just got. Smile, Karen. You look better when you're smiling.
Thank you. I'm not down. I've just lately I feel very emotional. Not down, just emotional. I was on a flight.
I'll pause this real quick and answer. So trust is love, that Brian. So this isn't Karen's story on Lifetime. How can they do this without her approval? Doesn't seem right. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I'm not in the business of movies and TVs, but you know, I don't know. Maybe they just do some creative rights, and I don't know how all that works, but it is a little weird. It's just like Hollywood's interpretation of it. I don't know how they get the rights to that. I don't know if it becomes a court battle or whatever it is. It'll be interesting to see what happens out of all that stuff. But I don't know if someone knows about how all that stuff works. I'd love to hear about it. I'd be interested in it. How they get the rights to do that. Maybe they just use things that are in the public domain that have been said and used, and then it's just their interpretation of it. That's probably how they get away with it, like creative freedom rights or something like that. I don't know, but I'd be interesting to hear how those things all work out. So, maybe they just they use what's out in public domain, and then they base their story around that. That's probably how it works. Again, if you can today, donate a little bit to Karen Reed's Defense Fund. We'd love to do that and tip this over 31,000 by the end of the stream. It would be great. Yeah, I mean, it's probably not the best answer, but maybe people know more about that stuff. I don't know. But that's probably my best guess on that. All right, here we go. Let's play a little bit more.
Was on a flight from Atlanta.
Excuse me.
I was going to Atlanta for a day earlier this week. Nick knows about this, but the stewardess put a note in my lap towards the end of the flight, and she didn't let on at all during the flight that she knew me or recognized me, but she said something very sweet about making women feel stronger and having a voice and standing up for themselves. And I started crying on the flight. I think I'm just really sensitive, and I don't know. I feel like I am having this delay or this spigot of adrenaline that I was living off of that worked. I couldn't believe how much the body, how it can just keep producing endorphins, not just in a moment of extreme need for endorphins, but for years. It's almost gotten to the point that I'm comforted. I feel good and normal when I have legal stuff to do.
It's just wild when she said that. I'm sitting there and going, she feels normal when she has legal stuff to do. That's how her brain is running now. It's not like I feel normal when I get up in the morning, I have a cup of coffee and I have breakfast and I go out with my family and my friends or take a walk in the neighborhood or, listen to my favorite music or whatever it may be. She's feeling she's feeling normal when she has trial stuff to do. I I couldn't even imagine living like that. I couldn't even imagine living like that.
But I don't have that fear and that anxiety of facing trial, but at the same time, it was jump starting me out of bed. Like when you're facing trial or even a hearing, I never slept the night before hearing, and I didn't have an
Crazy.
immediate worry. I knew I was going to come home that night, but it's just the cameras and the press, and are we going to win this argument? And whom do I have to look at that I don't want to look at? And what am I going to be criticized for? So it's this bundle of nerves, but it helps wake you. It's like I'm shot out of a cannon every single morning for a thousand days, and then now my days are really busy, but I don't know when the day starts where it's going to go, and I don't have this fear, but I feel like that was driving me, and now there's just this void, and it feels really weird.
Do you miss your students the most?
Somebody just asked me that. My students from my old life, I do miss teaching because they're so they seem so innocent, and I just mean innocent in an adolescent way, that I feel like when I was in college and their age, I was much more mischievous. And my dad, who was a professor for 40 years, said the bittersweet thing about teaching is the students never age, and you do. But I've considered going back. I've considered going back into finance, and it makes me happy and sad to realize I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know that I can get on I still don't have a license, first of all, so it's hard. I'm in the deep suburbs. It's hard to even get to a commuter rail. I either rely on family or I, pay for a ride. So, but I've heard from a lot of students. I heard from one just 2 days ago that I apparently was trying to reach me from China, and I had someone translate a Chinese note from her that she had written to someone else. But I've come to the realization that was not what I was here to do, even though I loved doing it. That, like it or not, this is my mission now, and it may never end. It may never end. This fight. It feels like it's just always going to be something, and I'm coming to terms with that. And I guess
Imagine living like that. I mean, just living like that. I always feel like it's going to be something. So your brain's really not coming down. And then we hear about, listen, before, hearings, she's like, I'm not sleeping the night before. And then I have to think about, like, who do I have to look at that I don't want to look at? It's a wild concept. I mean, the amount of stress that just must have been going, the amount of adrenaline that you have to live off of, worrying at all times, looking over your shoulder, afraid to go out of your house. It's levels of things that I would never want to live with. And she shouldered it. 2 fucking trials. She shouldered all this. 2 fucking trials. It's crazy. All right, let's play a little more.
That's what we were prepared to do, and now we have to put our money where our mouth is, so to speak. That Alan Liza and I used to say during trial, we'd love to abolish Lampron. We'd love for the law in Massachusetts to recognize when there is a conflict with the law enforcement officer writing subpoenas. And we have to jump through hoops to get a court to order that law enforcement officer to write a search warrant to Google, to Lexus, to Apple, to Verizon. There's not a provision in the law that what if we can't trust that gatekeeper? And Lampron it really was the bane of our existence, trying to get evidence. And now we are getting evidence because other people are fighting for us now, or they're fighting for themselves, but it's helping me. Then imagine if we got these phones when we thought we had a basis to get some of these phones, and now by the will of God, we're getting it. And look what's there. And that was kept from me. And there is a there. And that the law in Massachusetts allows the prosecution to take anything and everything in an investigation with weak justification. And to defend yourself, lamb front is tricky because you essentially have to tell the court what you think you're going to get when you get that evidence. What do you think is in that cell phone record? What do you think is in that Google search or the geofence? Well, I don't know what I don't know, but I have reason to believe there's something there. And it's just a very easy denial. First of all, it's an easy opposition for the prosecution. And it's an easy denial for the court that, well, you can't tell me specifically what you think is in Jen McCabe's Verizon records. Therefore, this is a fishing expedition. It's an incredible handicap going into trial. So the point of this story about Lampron is we had discussed how can we change this for the next Karen Read.
And I love that she's going to get into this right now. And that is the story of the justice system. The justice system, you know, the next person that goes into something like this, they might not have the support that Karen had. They might not have the financial means to fight back against a corrupt government. That's why, you know, innocent people go to jail all the time of things that they did not commit, of a jurisdiction that frames them, bad cops, bad lawyers, bad witnesses, tainted witnesses. You know, people go away for years, for life, innocent people. And when you're in a situation like this, and those heavy charges that you have against you like this, the odds are against you automatically. Murder, automatically. And then how is that going to play with jurors? You know, are you really just going to have a jury that sits there and they really listen to the evidence and they look through it? Or is it just going to be a jury that sits there and says, well, they're saying that this person killed this person, and it's, all adding up, and they're really not paying attention to the evidence that's there, and they just end up putting an innocent person away for the rest of their life. So you don't know. A jury is a dice roll. And this jury got it right twice. Here we go.
Make it harder for this to happen again. And we were so gung-ho about it. Once I'm acquitted, we're going to keep fighting. And I don't think what we realized is there were no days off. It just rolled right into the civil case. And the civil case and the timing of it with the O'Keefes has forced me to get on my own civil case so we can possibly roll this all into one efficient process. But I guess I was thinking I'd have a minute to catch my breath, but that's not in the designs. And I'm just grateful. I'm even free to pursue this. And once again,
real quick, thank you so much. I'm seeing some small donations come in right now. I appreciate that. We're at 30,581. I'd love to get $420 in by the end of this stream. We got a little while to go here. If we could just tip that scale and get it to 31,000, that would be great. I appreciate the small donations that have come in so far. I know Karen appreciates it, and I've been dropping the defense link as we go. And you can also clip the defense link at the top too. $5 makes a huge difference. We would appreciate it. All right, here we go.
And have these incredibly talented lawyers. We had a Zoom last night about our civil case, and I had lawyers from 2 different firms that essentially battling over who gets to do what deposition. And I think I'm fortunate to be in that position. I was lucky to have the help I had the first trial, and then I had even more help the second time. And now the stakes are much lower, and I've got just as much talent as I've had. So I guess we're just going full steam ahead, and I've got the help I need.
We are going to be here for you, Karen. I can promise you that. And if you don't mind, I would like to let every member of the panel just address you, beginning with my co-host, who is to your right, Boston Bia.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. You know, you are the reason that we all came
I
together.
wonder how Bia was feeling when DJ was like, "Oh, we're gonna go to Boston Bia first," but it did sound like she was thinking about and being prepared. I probably would have got a little. You want me to go first? But she handled it great. Everybody did really great. Speaking to Karen directly, and she was very appreciative. Said a lot of thank you, and has been continuing to say thank you. That was great to see that. So here we go. We'll play through some.
And we've never wavered in our support for you. And I just want to wish you all the best. Again, keep up the fight. We're here to see you through it.
Thank you. Thanks for being here on a Friday night. I'm sure there's a million other places you'd rather be.
No, actually, we'd like to be right here with you.
We want to be
right
here.
here.
Right here.
I took half a day of leave today just to get ready for this because we wanted to make this a great event and raise a lot of money for you. And this is 1.0, but it's not the end. So we'll get together and do more stronger together. So John, the great John Camo. Go ahead, sir.
I don't know about you guys, but my allergies are killing me.
Yeah, shut up, John. You're crying.
So, and I'll be quick.
John is really great.
When I first got divorced and I moved into an apartment, now the first thing I did is I went on Amazon and bought a mattress, a king size air mattress, and the thing was like 20 something inches tall, and I loved it because I have a bad back, and you can inflate that thing. And I went through 3 of them, and I just was so stubborn that I wasn't ever going to buy a better mattress. And then when this kind of happened, I'm like, I'm like, I really don't want to get rid of my air mattress, but I'll take it. And I even said, I'm like, if I'll take the mattress, if I like it, I'll keep it. If not, I will find a way to get rid of it for you. Well, we've kept the mattress. Just saying.
John carried. I had a big upholstered. It had wooden, a wooden base, but the base was all upholstered, and it was all tacked. It was very big and solid.
Thank you,
and
Let.
John
Appreciate it.
just took the entire headboard. He didn't even detach the legs on it, and just walked down my stairs and out the front door like Paul Bunyan.
Didn't touch anything. Didn't touch any of the sides.
Put it on his back.
John said, "Ain't nobody getting this bed."
And John's a big guy too. Like big as in like muscular, big, brawny guy. I could see him doing that. Like, screw this. I'm just gonna carry the whole dang thing out.
She doesn't move her for 7 years. I'm like, she's selling a house. I'm like, I'll be damned if I'm going to be the one to ruin the walls. So yeah. But hey,
Good to see you.
You too,
Brian LTL, my man.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else on Friday night but be here. Karen, you know that the first time we ever spoke, I said that I was in this all the way to the end until you walked out of all these courtrooms fully exonerated from all of this bullshit that's been going on with you. So I have your back. I'm in this all the way until the end. So you walk out and get justice for John as well too. So
Thanks, Brian. I hope you don't mind if I share this, but Brian, I think Brian, you came to 1 or 2 fundraisers and 1 or 2 dinners, private dinners that we had, and lunch and court a dozen times. Brian, I never saw Brian where he didn't literally empty the contents of his wallet. I think one time you gave me like $47. And this is in addition to donos on his channel and fundraising. The 47 is what was in his wallet. And it was a day that I had to cancel. Someone showed up unexpectedly, or I actually think it might have been Dr. LaPasada's assistant we needed a seat for. And Brian and Lauren traveled, and we're all dressed up for court. And I had to tell them I needed the seats. And Brian came to lunch with us and said, before I go, like, take my wallet. But That's I'll never forget that, Brian. You're just so generous. And so is everyone. But that is not an exaggeration. I never saw Brian where he didn't financially help me every single time.
Yeah, what's interesting, I just got to become friendly with Brian and Mike about a month and a half ago, something like that. And it's what, it's what kind of came to my mind. What a giving person and he's sick of hearing this because I tell him that all the time. And he's probably like, shut up, DJ, but he really is it's true. He's such a giving person. And I tell them all the time, it's an honor to be their friend. And it is. So thanks, Brian. Here's another great one. I
want to thank all of you that give me the ability to do this, that give me the ability to make money through this platform and be able to give it back to fight back against corruption. You help me do this. I take my earnings and I give it back because I care and I want to help as much as I can. And the people that come to this channel and watch these videos or may donate, I want to take that and give back as much as I can and reinvest it back into people that I talk about that need this defense money to fight back against corruption and get to the truth. Because if we do not continue to do things like this to help, we can't change the laws. We can't get people that are corrupt out of our system. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. And there are many people that say awful things about me and the other people that do this. Fuck them. Where's your wallet? I don't see you putting any of your money out there. So don't talk about my finances because you don't know. And I shouldn't have to show you where my money goes. All right. We'll keep playing here.
Thank you, sir. And I want to say about this gentleman down there in the corner named James Jackson. If you haven't seen him on Canton Chronicle, he's got such a great vibe with John and his team. So I just love seeing James. It's just a perfect fit. Go ahead, James. Go ahead and unmute and please address Karen. I know you guys are friends anyway, but
thank you. I saw a couple small donations come in. I appreciate it. I know Karen appreciates it. All of the people that have been taking part of this fundraiser, these fundraising events, we're going to do more of them. I know Karen's family appreciates this. The legal team, we appreciate it. So, all right, here we go.
Go ahead.
I think he might be talking to someone else.
Oh.
Hey, sorry guys. I gotta go. I just want to say, Karen, God bless you. It's so good seeing you up there, and I love seeing you smile. And shout out to everybody. JFK,
Karen, hold your head up. All right?
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
All right.
Good to see
you
you.
Gotta rock out tonight and say "Free Karen Reed" in front of about 700 people. All right.
Yeah. Middle East downstairs.
We're at the Middle East tonight. We got Kevy Kev too.
Yeah.
Keep your faith first. Keep your faith first.
Always.
Be all right.
Hey, Mikey Crawford.
What's up, JFK? Not yet.
Mikey Crawford,
Not
make it
yet.
out to the Middle East. Anyone else
I'll
can
try.
make it out?
I don't know. I got bad eyes. I'm worried about driving.
I hear you, man. Be safe.
James.
Everybody be safe. God bless. Go ahead, DJ.
One thing I love that you said, I just loved him. What I forgot to say is, how do you know I'm not talking to Karen Reed?
Hey. All right, guys.
Bye-bye. Have fun.
Peace and love.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
I'll bring
See
you
ya.
in here, but I'm going to shut this. Hold on.
There you go.
I don't know.
DJ did such a good job of hosting. And it's like, that's the best interviews. I always say that when you bring a guest on or you have Karen on that's going to speak, you just shut up and let her talk. And then if there's a little bit of a pause, you throw a question or you guide it a little bit. I love that question about, do you miss your students? It was just so great. Going back to her previous life before all of this. It was just such a great question in the moment. All right, here we go.
Oh, I don't know if he's bringing show the audience out there, but if he's No, go ahead, Mr. Crawford.
I've done it before, Karen.
All right, we'll let him go because somebody else is trying to come in. I don't know who it is, so we'll have to let go of James because he's at the venue anyway. So. All right, I don't know who's trying to come in, but all right.
The sidebars were great too, right?
James, somebody. It's
and
James
Emily.
coming in again as James. I don't know.
Oh, it's all right.
Mike Crawford, go ahead, please, and what you'd like to say to Karen.
For standing up, like it would have been easy so many times for you not to come the way that you did. And I just want to thank you too for like you've never asked me for anything. Like you've just been thankful like the whole time. Like I think people should know that because I hear a lot of people saying they don't think you're thankful. I've always felt thankful. Like you've always thanked me, and I think all of us feel that way. People that know you. So that's the one thing I appreciate. You never tell me what to say. You never ask me for anything. Like, and I'm very thankful for what you've done. Like for not just me, but the entire just ecosystem. Like it's amazing. Like we were talking about all the friends that we've made, all the people we've met through you. And I'm proud to stand up for you, like your entire family. I love your family. I love you.
Yeah, that's so great.
Like I'm proud. Like every day, like people say, "Oh, how's Karen doing?" Like it means a lot. Like it's it's a special thing. So I'm very appreciative to know you and support you.
Well, thank you, Mike. I didn't ask for anything because you beat me to it. There was nothing else I could ask of you. I have heard. I've gotten messages. I've stopped reading my inbox partly because I just can't keep up with it. I think it's common knowledge. Everyone on this line knows, to the best of my knowledge, as we speak, the district attorney's office is still trying to charge me with conspiracy to commit witness intimidation. If I had a public thank you to anyone embroiled with the district attorney's office, I would bet the roof over my head that would be played before a grand jury as a thank you for approaching witnesses. I know it would. I know what was presented to a grand jury to get me indicted for murder. The bar is not too low. It's where Andy Rentro's ham sandwiches. I had an acquittal dinner that I honestly was too emotional to really even. I didn't really even want to go. I was just kind of in a zombie-like state in the hours after the acquittal. But the people in attendance were my immediate family and my attorneys, and one other person and his girlfriend at the time. My best friend wasn't there, but this was a very private, sincere thank you from about a dozen people to one person. As far as everyone else is concerned, there are people I have not thanked, and there are people I have thanked that I could thank every day, and it wouldn't be enough. I'm not saying that sarcastically. It wouldn't be enough. I would like people to understand we're half a year from trial. I've been living very privately. I'm not going to events because I don't want any part of this. I'm really deep in this decompression, and it's been difficult. I think the number was like around 3,000 people outside the courthouse. I can't get to everyone individually, but what I can tell you is when I've been able to, we've had multiple fundraisers. I think the second one we had, Brian, was 400 or 500 people.
Look at this, Sophie, 15-month member. Thank you, Sophie. I appreciate that. Use your member chat. Use your member chat. You can use the member chat. You get that, I think, once a stream, or I don't know, once a stream maybe. You can use your member chat. Highlight it. I'll pull it up. Let's see. Jam saying Karen's too smart to be reckless right now, and putting public pressure on her is wild and reckless. I agree. Here we go.
About 10 dinners paid for by friends and restaurants that I tried my hardest to invite the people that I know were involved just constantly. And there I God willing have more time to thank people, but I don't know what is expected of me. I don't know what more I can do right now. And I'm still dealing with legal things.
That quote right there. I don't know much. I want to go back and just make sure we're correct on that. I don't know how much more I can do right now because I'm still bound by legal things. I want everybody to understand that.
And there, God willing, have more time to thank people, but I don't know what is expected of me. I don't know what more I can do right now. And I'm still dealing with legal things. I have not really taken a celebratory lap anywhere, but I think people who have been the loudest about me not thanking them know exactly why I have not more publicly done so, because just like the videos you saw in court and second trial, it will be taken out of context. And
yep. And she's talking about all those little vignettes that the prosecution played, that Hank Brennan played. Remember through the second trial where they kept playing all those little vignettes and cutting it up and not giving the full context to try to sway the jury? You remember seeing that. And I get it. This would be the evidence. Here it is. Look. And played. And you see it. You've seen the court orders, the affidavits where they cut up streams and they're time stamping stuff. This person said that. This person said that. That's what she means.
I do not want another.
And that's why I'm saying, like, Kerry Roberts going on these fucking shows and talking. Do you not think that that's not going to be clipped and it's going to be transcribed and put into a document and used in court? Of course it is. So keep talking. McAlberts, get out there and start talking on this channel. I know when Karen talks, she's going to be very smart. She's going to have good legal guidance behind her of the things that she can and can't talk about. But go ahead, Kerry. Keep talking, because it will be cut up and it will be transcribed and the minute markers will be there. At 1 minute, she said this. At 5 minutes, she said this. At 10 minutes, she said this. Let's check the dono. Perfect. Look at this. We are, and thank you so much. I saw that, said I just sent a donation. Let's go back up to that. Thank you, Larry. Thank you so much. So right now we need, I want to get to 31,000 by the end of the stream. We're at, we need another, just another $384. $384, $5, $10. Yeah. I mean, I haven't even really totally gone through it yet, but yeah, have at it. Go out there, talk publicly on the record, talk about the case. You don't think it's going to be cut up and put out there? Of course it is. All right, here we go.
Unjust criminal battle. I am sick of needing a criminal attorney in Dedham.
I'm sure she is.
And I've already had 2 since my acquittal. I had one during the summer and then he was replaced. I have another attorney now. I'm still worried. I'm worried about the players involved at the district attorney's office and their biases. And I have to be.
She's being very careful right now.
Very careful how I thread needles. And I think a lot of people understand that, whether they admit it or not. but I've thanked everyone on this call, and I hope to see more people in person. Some of you haven't met ever, but please be patient with me. And there's things I want to say, and I will say them. And Nick and I have very, very big plans to really start airing things out in 2026. I only watched the last episode of my documentary, but my understanding is it did not reveal what I was hoping it would, which is what does it take to fight the government?
Right.
What does it take to be the underdog? And Nick and I and Alan hope to reveal that much more precisely than it has been so far. I hope that we can generate some momentum and discuss the DA race, which I don't know if people realize what the implications of the latest contender to throw his hat in the ring, what that could mean. What has he said? How has he identified his platform? What does that mean about this case? And I've heard comments I've given to Karen. She's fought her battles. She's free, and she still wants more. First of all, thank you. And if this is where you get off the train, that's fine. But
I love that. It's fine. You can go on your way. It's what we've been saying all along, too, to the people that hate channels like mine. You don't have to watch, but you leave comments, so you are watching. That it's fine. I might not be the channel for you. You can get off the train and go watch the channels you want to watch. It's perfectly fine. I'm appreciative of you being here and when you were here and when you supported me. But if this is the time that you need to go, that's cool. I get it. All right, let's go.
For the people who have repeated the mantra, justice for John, and what about the other side? What about this loss, this murder? We want more answers. I'm getting them. I'm battling that right now.
That's right. It's
but
true.
I can't do it without help. No one else is going to do it. I hope things change politically, and I am giddy at what that could mean for this case. This is all surmise, and reading what's out in the public forum. I think things aren't over by a long shot. But this is still the civil battle, and the lawsuits are still part of getting justice. And we were really handicapped at trial. People have no idea, what we were prohibited from doing and saying and showing. And that's why we have this call right now, why we're all on here, that sunlight is the best disinfectant. We need more sunlight. I'm here. We won the first two battles, but now we get to play offense. I need help. And
thank you, Happy Housewife. Thanks
I had
for becoming a new
3
member.
law
I appreciate
firms,
that.
and then a 4th individual, Victoria, helped me win. That's what it took. I had David, and then the folks at David's firm, Tanis and Ian. I had Bob, and Barb had a whole arsenal that you never saw back at DLA Piper helping us. I had Liza and Alan, and then I had 9 law clerks, which was a brainchild of Alan Jackson's. September 2024. It feels like 5 years ago, but we had our first meeting after the first trial, and
you guys are awesome. I'm seeing the donations trickle in. I appreciate that. I think we can get to 31,000 by the end of the stream. We just need another. I really do appreciate it. I know Karen appreciates it. We need like another $369. We could do that. Come on. We can get that, right? We got a little while to go here. Here we go.
Experts, and how are we going to pay for them? And I said, well, I've got to sell my house. It's my last asset. I listed my house, and I think I sold it 2 months later. So that covered part of trial. And Alan said, we've got some of the best academic institutions in the country right here in New England. Let's see if any students want to cut their teeth live in a criminal trial. So David sent out a notice to the law school at Boston College's alma mater. Alan did one to Harvard. And we had a week of interviews. We probably each interviewed, David and I, and then Liza and Alan probably each interviewed 50 third-year law students. And we got 9, including one who was the president of the Harvard Law Review, Sophia Hunt. That's what it took to win this. I now have 3 concurrent civil trial tracks. I have Plymouth State, Bristol State, state cases, and now federal. You saw what it took to win a trial with 2 sides. Now I've got trials with 2 sides in 3 different forums. It's not, my insurance company's attorneys cannot digest all this. It's like drinking water from a fire hose. It's bigger than any, it's bigger than any one lawyer. It's actually bigger than any one firm.
Totally makes sense to me. As you said, they're coming in cold, trying to learn the case, facts, understand the nuance, and then present a very cogent defense would be extraordinarily difficult. And thank you, because you stated why we're all here and why this is important in terms of funding for these 3 cases that you have to defend yourself, and maybe even a 4th if we don't get Morrissey out of there. But if you don't mind, I just want to let the rest of the panel continue to address you. And we have one of your most ferocious supporters.
He's such a good host. He nailed this. Did a really great job.
In this entire movement down just below me here on screen. And that is, of course, Boston Brandy. I only muted you, Nick, because of the keyboard, you and Brandy with the TV. So go ahead, but you're all good. So go ahead.
Hi, I just want to say hi. You're beautiful. You are so ferociously brave, and no human deserves to go through half of what you went through. And I have so much respect watching you just overcome everything that is thrown at you. The entire world is thrown at you, like between the government, the internet, the trolls, the haters, the non-believers, just everyone. Just you can't get it from anywhere else negatively. And the more people here, the more people that do speak up and just, put aside that fear that they're getting, it's going to help all of us. It's your name on the docket, but this fight is for all of us. And everyone needs to realize that. And I'm here for the end too. I mean, we got a dead cop on a dead cop's lawn and nobody's in jail for it. And it's just like, it's gone on too long. And I don't feel like there's any justice in the justice system. It's all a game. It's all rigged. There's always a loophole. And it's just, they make it so out of reach for you to be able to even learn your rights. They don't teach it in public schools. They'll teach on it in a little bit. And then they make law schools so expensive. So you can't really, and it's just so hard to, more people need to learn about their birth given rights, because when it comes down to it, the next Karen Reed, if they don't have the team like you had, and nobody has that team. You know what I mean? They won't. No one ever will. That literally was the dream team and is the dream team. You have the 2 dream teams. You know what I mean? And it's like, no one's going to get that again. So we need to all come together and help you. And it's just like it's the United States citizens on that docket, but it's under the name Karen Reed. That's how I feel.
Thank you.
But
that's
good
true.
luck in everything.
Thank you. Please know, I am not on Twitter. Nick's kind of my human filtration system. If there's something important I need to know, even if it's negative, Nick's feet, my eyes and ears. But please know, there's so much positivity from the minute I step out the door. My mailman blows me a kiss. I have not paid for a meal. My parents haven't paid for a meal. This is Boston Seaport was like our home during trials. So I know that neighborhood and the support I have there. But in my town where I live in Dighton, even when I travel, I've been to New York a couple times, in Los Angeles, where everyone's more famous than I am. There is a lot. It's overwhelming. Please don't think that the hate you see in pockets, and we know who's generating that. We know. It's who feels so passionately, so viscerally hateful about me, and why. We know who they are, and we need to dismiss it because it is not representative of the actual world around us. I promise you.
Right. You're right.
Yeah. If you're in a fight, one of the people that you want backing you up is that lady right down there. That's someone you want.
I'll
right
help
there
anyone
backing
that
you up.
needs it. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're all gonna need help eventually. All of us are.
True.
So.
I just want you to know we really appreciate you, Brandon. You've shown a lot of leadership in the community to all of us. And I said that to you privately on text, but I'll say it publicly on air. You know that you've shown a lot of leadership, a lot of courage, and a lot of wisdom, and we appreciate that, and we certainly follow
Thank you, Brandy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So now we get to Nick Rocco, who talks to you every day, but Nick, nonetheless, might have something to say.
I'll keep it short. Listen, you know, a lot happens behind the scenes. One thing I will say, and she can back me up on this, is my tweets come from me. Karen does not tell me what to tweet. I'm not her mouthpiece. I'm not her PR person. I've become very involved in this, and I care about the truth. And when I see stuff that's not true, I like to correct it, whether it be you know, a troll or somebody who once supported her who maybe doesn't anymore, because they hear, you know, rumors are the worst thing possible because it starts with the truth and ends with a lie when you have a rumor. So, you know, if it doesn't come from Karen and her team, wait for the answer. Wait for the question to be answered, because it is all coming. It's just a matter of time. And I know people want to hear from her, you know, right now. She's here, she's talking. But there will be more things in the future where more things can be addressed. Every question that I see out there online, they will all be addressed. There is an answer for everything, and it will all make sense. And one thing I would like to say is that, you know, people have heard about this case throughout the world, right? You know, you had somebody who started this and got a lot of the word out, but there are others that specifically heard about it through a different way. So at the end of the day, it's you just have to realize that you still have the support there from a lot of people. And at the end of the day, that's really what.
Thank you so much, Nick. It's been a pleasure to coordinate with you on this. And I did apologize to Nick for not having the Godfather theme queued up for Nick's entrance. But next time he's on, Karen, we will have the Godfather theme queued up and played for Nick Rocco. And then I'll do my, you know, Vito Corleone impression again, okay? She's like, yeah, this guy's really ridiculous.
That's good. True. No, who doesn't love the Godfather?
Okay, before we go to the Sweeneys, I want to tell all these beautiful people in the chat that are extremely generous. I want to thank you for super chatting. It would be more helpful if you divert and put this right into Karen's Give, Send, Go, her Venmo, or her PayPal. Actually,
we're up to 19,382.
Yeah. Every time I hit refresh, it goes up.
Started 53 minutes in.
You're kidding.
People are like really throwing down.
I keep refreshing.
19,382.
Yep, I just said that.
Oh my God.
Repeating it. People can hear it.
Yes.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm having a dream.
No, it's because people still support you regardless of the false narratives that are put out there.
Right.
That's why.
Nick's so right.
We all support you.
I also want to say all this money that comes to CAB, this will eventually end up when they pay us to Karen's defense. So
that JFK in your shot, in your little avatar there, I love that. That's awesome. I love that. So cool.
Penny, I'd rather you donate directly to Karen. That would be
all right.
We got a little bit super chatting us, much as we appreciate it.
So much.
But every penny will go to.
We're so close to getting to 31,000 by the end of the street. If we don't, it's fine. We got a little money trickled in there tonight. I appreciate it. You know, Sunday night, just kicking back. And if you can throw, you know, 5, 10, 15 bucks in there, we would appreciate it. All right, we got a little longer to go here. About another 10 minutes or so. We're going to wrap this up. And we got the Pats at 8:20 tonight.
To Karen. So
I got my wallet out. I got my wallet right here because I'm going to be making.
Can I see that again, Mike?
That's like the fattest wallet. That's a fat wallet. That's like old grandpa wallet. I can't even get a look at that. It's like what?
All right.
Go money,
One of
Mike.
those boss flying around that thing, will you?
Full of cards and money. All right.
Let them know why you walked to the limb.
Oh my goodness. The people to Nick Rocco's left are some of my very favorites, our favorites, and it turns out Karen's favorites as well. And they are, of course, Dennis and Brenda Sweeney.
Yes.
Well, it's good to see you. I'm not on the sidewalk. I feel good being in a chair talking to you for a change.
It's not cold.
It's good to see you.
Sitting down. Not with that. Not with the flag.
I can't
He's
talk.
always got-
I just want to say that you don't have to thank us, Karen. What we're doing is simply the right thing to do. And I'm proud to be able to help in any way that I can. And
Thank you,
those
Teresa. I
murdering
appreciate
bastards are
that.
still
Thank
out
you.
there, and we need to get them in jail.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Brenda is a bulldog. Let me say that. She is a bulldog, and
Brenda.
she's fearless. She is fearless. She lives in that town, and you know, when you stand up to people that you have to see every single day, it's not easy. I mean, we all deal with it in our own ways, but she has stepped up big time and gets in front of that microphone and lets them have it. She tells the truth, and it, you know, I kudos to you because it takes courage to do that.
Yeah, her and Boston Brandy are like homies, man. Like the two of them, you know.
I've known her for 20 years.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I grew up
She
with
grew
Dennis.
up with Dennis's son.
Well, my son, yeah.
Thank you, Sophie. Thank
Awesome.
you.
I didn't know that. Another story.
Small
But
world.
we're gonna get Boston Brandy on here for an interview, so we're gonna get to hear her story. So we'll find out. Scott McGinnis, the legend. How are you, Scott? Your turn.
Great. How's everybody?
Good, sir.
All right. I love that, Scott.
Yeah, Brenda's speeches have been like almost to the perfection level now. I remember Brenda when she first started, nervous, the 3-minute timer. And now Brenda gets up there like smooth as butter.
Thank you.
Anything to say to Karen?
You know, Karen's talking about how she's still fighting, you know, the corruption involved in this whole thing, you know, DA Morrissey's office. You know, when I first learned about Karen's story, mainly through Turtle Boy's initial reporting, I was like, oh, hell no. They're not going to railroad this woman. I was motivated and upset to start showing up in front of that courthouse in July of 2023. And that's how I met all these great people, veteran boots on the ground. And we were there every day we could possibly be. And that's how Karen got to know us, our support. That's how, you know, Karen came on to the show. She kind of teared me up a little bit about that. Because our hearts and souls were in it. Not just for Karen, but our fight against the corruption in this state. And somebody like DA Morrissey.
Happy, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. Let's see. And we might be able to tip this over 31. Let's take a look. We need right now about $314. You think we can raise that in 10 minutes? $314. We got 203 people watching right now. If we even got half of that at $5, that would put $500 in there. All right, let's play on.
The embedded state police detective groups. You have a corrupt police department like Canton.
Thank you, Cherish.
That's the only
Appreciate
way
you.
this could have possibly happened. That Karen was framed like this. So we have systemic problems in our government. So when I first started showing up in front of that courthouse, holding a Free Karen Reed sign or Michael Morrissey for federal prison, I was there to fight the corruption more than with any reason I would have been there in the first place. Like, I didn't show up at court to see Karen Reed as like a celebrity. That's not why I was there. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of us that were involved in the movement were there for that first. Karen Reed could be anybody. You know what I mean? That, like, I would have been there for whoever. Because we could see that Karen was clearly framed. I could, anyways.
We just got over 20,000. Sorry. That's awesome.
Thank you, Boston Bia.
Let's go.
I was watching it.
That's what I was so upset about is the corruption. And I remember, Karen, I got invited into court with you that during the first trial. And Karen says, oh, yeah, I saw you guys protesting at DA Morrissey's office. And some of your interviews, you know, got on TV news, you know, and
All right.
and I think, you know,
little more donation just trickled in. Oh, you guys are awesome. I love it. It'd be a real awesome thing. So we are at 7. Let's see. We need another. Let's see. I think we can do it. We need $294. $294. And it's okay if we don't do it. At least we trickled a little bit more in tonight, you know? But I always like to have a goal. If we can hit that goal, it feels a sense of real accomplishment. And I appreciate y'all watching the stream. I know we're just before Christmas. We're asking a lot right now. I appreciate it. Karen appreciates it. Her team appreciates it. And the panel of people that were up here the other day and all the amazing people that are watching the stream right now, they appreciate it. All right, here we go. Let's play a little
other
bit more
than
here.
us standing out for Karen every day we could, for both trials, pre-trial, but we've done protests at Morrissey's office. I think I've done protests there 13, 14 times. We're doing protests for justice for Sandra Birchmore. You know, this DA Michael Morrissey monster is horrible as Karen's
you guys
case
are awesome.
and all she's going through, and
I
her
think we're
fights
gonna do
now
it.
still civilly. There's other disasters that have happened in Norfolk County because of the corruption. And I'm not going to stop fighting the corruption no matter what. Morrissey's got to go. Systemic changes need to be made in the system. Every DA in Massachusetts should have their embedded state police detective groups removed. That's a terrible idea. I don't know why Massachusetts does it like that. That's one of the main reasons why DA office like Morrissey's can go off the rails, because he has these hand-picked group of detectives that are loyal to him. If you look at Michael Morrissey's office, these detectives were all connected to Morrissey somehow, and that's how Morrissey gets them in his office. They're not randomly handed out to these DAs. These DAs are able to collect their own little group of state police detectives, and you see like the worst case scenario possible in DA Morrissey's office.
And they donate to him. They don't even hide it.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
have anybody read an ethics regulation or instruction, a state, geez, you don't donate to your boss, by the way.
It's just business as usual in Mass, though. That's the way it
And
is.
you look at,
Who's going to hold them
you look at
responsible?
Morrissey's office. I mean, they got rid of
Good point.
Proctor's obviously fired, but they rehomed DeCiccio, Yuri Buchanan. Tully's supposedly not in the office anymore. I don't know where they put him. But they're not, it's not getting out in the public. Proctor's public because he got fired. But they're not talking about how DA Morrissey's sinking ship.
Oh, I love this. This is the best super chat that I have gotten in a long time. Carmen, thank you so much for the $2. And you can clip this too. Free the Honda Pilot. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it so much. That's great. Yeah. Free the Honda Pilot. Damn, that Honda Pilot. Damn, that Honda Pilot needs to be free. Right? I love it. Sophie said she just made a donation. Let's see. Let's turn here. We're at 751. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We need like $249. Thank you so much. Teresa says, LTL, first content provider at my first time at court. So gracious. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Let says, Brian, I have to head out. Great stream. God bless Cameron and all of you. Happy holidays, everyone. Have a great rest of your Sunday. You as well. Thank you for helping. Thank you for moderating. Thank you for your for being here. I appreciate you so much. All right. Let's play out. We got about another 3 to 5 minutes here. And listen, we trickled it up a little bit more today. We might not hit the goal. We need like $249 to put this at 31,000, but that's okay. At least we trickled in a little bit to the bucket today. All right, here we go.
He's losing men left and right, but the mainstream media doesn't talk about it. They don't talk about the systemic corruption in the state, the way these DA offices are run and the way their detective units are assembled. And, I think it's important for the public to be more educated on the system we have in place in Massachusetts and how it needs to have systemic reform.
They moved them like they moved the priests.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mike, that's a perfect analogy.
We're all going to back Adam Deese. That's what we're backing, right? You want him in there for sure, right?
But it eventually was exposed. It was an Oscar-winning movie. It took time, and people committed suicide over it. But it will be exposed, and people should care. People come up to me and say, I'm sorry, I binge watched it, and I hate that apologetic or embarrassment tone. You should care, not about me. You should care about your government, and we will shine a brighter light on this, Scott. The DeCicco, Koskowski, Buchnick, Tully. These things are not going to kept hidden from the public. We're chipping away. Just stay faithful and hopeful. And I hope, and I expect Nick, Alan, and I will help unfold this for you as the civil case proceeds, as this DA race picks up. This is the year. So
wow, so powerful.
I hope with this channel that we're going to have, everybody can pop on and we can do this again or do this forum again. But thank you. This money will go. You will see it like you saw at trial where your money goes. You will see how you've contributed. We'll have another dream team and we'll expose more.
Love it.
So thank you, everyone.
Love that fight.
I'm gonna jump. I think I need to go talk to Nick. 'Cause I haven't talked to him in an hour. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen.
See ya.
Happy holidays.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the fight.
Bye-bye.
We love you.
Merry Christmas.
We love you.
Merry Christmas.
Happy
we love you.
holidays. So
Thank
good
you.
to
Sleep
guys.
well.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
All right, it was awesome. It was so awesome to be part of that. You guys are great. Oh, look at this. We're so close. You guys are so close. Maybe we'll stay on for a little bit longer. Maybe we can hit this goal. We need like $215 to put this at 31,000. Let's do this. I'm gonna hang out a little longer. We'll hang out a little longer until just up and see if we can get this. Let's do this. Let's play some videos around Acquittal Day. Let's do this. Let's play some acquittal footage. So this is Frontline. You want me to stay? I'll stay a little longer. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do it. I'll hang a little longer. You want to hang a little bit longer? Let me know. We'll hang a little bit longer. Play some acquittal footage outside of the courtroom. Let's see what we got. All right, let's play this. I haven't seen this in a while. Yeah.
What about Friday? No Florida either? Switch it up. Friday.
Let's go here.
32,000 texts.
Matt.
I'm being recorded, so but
I'm not recording.
No, but these guys are, so I just have to be very careful.
Well, Matt, just to let
I'm
you
gonna
know.
look into that. I'm gonna look into it.
So they,
I
Garino.
know this story. It sounds familiar.
So Garino, Nick Garino in this one that couldn't find Gemma Cave stuff, couldn't find 32,000 texts between Cromwell and
Matt, look into Enrique Delgado Garcia. That's we need some light on that case too.
It's all the same players.
All the same players, Matt. He's not listening. Look it up. Yeah. See you later. I gotta do my TikTok.
At a courthouse where Karen Reed, they have her last day, 1 year short.
Wasn't recording.
Here there are some police officers who are keeping the crowd back. This
Let's
is
skip up to the
I
real.
can tie my shoe and I don't trip all over the place.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Anything.
Right here, your boy.
I remember the crowd, man.
There you go.
It was wild.
Good morning. Good morning.
It was just wild. It's so true.
They should be a teenager, huh?
Yeah. So it's like they don't know we as children.
What do you think, Peter? Today's the day?
I think it has to be.
Has to be.
Defense did such a great job.
Yeah.
Laid it all out. The expert witnesses they brought in, I think it's cut and dry. I mean,
Well, by the way,
there's a lot to go through, a lot to process, but I don't see how they.
It's got to be today.
Can't have.
By the way, Peter Murphy's going to be coming by the show pretty soon. We're going to do one with Peter, Todd, and Nan on panel. We've been kind of planning this for a while. It's just that the holidays have been around and people have been busy and they've been traveling and had vacations. So we'll be putting that together pretty soon. And Todd and Peter are really looking forward to being on the same panel. I'm just going to do this. We'll stay a little bit longer here. We are at 30,785. So we've definitely moved the needle a little bit in Karen's defense fund tonight. I appreciate that. I know she appreciates it. If we can get this to 31,000 by the end of the stream, it would be awesome. If not, it's okay. We put a little bit of a dent in tonight, and I appreciate it. We'll hang out here a little bit more. I'm going to bump up to when we started hearing the buzz was happening. Let's go up here. Oh, Nick Rocco. Let's play Nick Rocco. Let me finish. Here we go. We'll play Nick Rocco. Yeah, he's great. Quiet.
It's not. I mean,
Austin Brandy.
Quiet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nick.
Say hi to TikTok. Hi TikTok. How we doing?
You want to say hi to YouTube, Nick?
How we doing?
Today's the
everybody?
day, right, man?
Yeah.
Today's the day. Good to see you. Nah, today's the day, man. Right
Yeah,
here.
I think the strategy for the defense worked out. I know a lot of people didn't understand why they were choosing to add the OUI, but if they weren't hung on the OUI, then they were going to be hung on a manslaughter charge, which you'd rather the jury debating an OUI charge than potentially, murdering or
Right.
killing somebody. Obviously, the penalty is way less. 2.5 years if she was to be sentenced. I know the defense team is they are planning or they're expecting if she is to be found guilty on anything today that Judge Bev is going to sentence her today, which would be interesting. I mean, we all know first time offense DUI, you usually
Probation.
probation,
Classes, right.
breathalyzer, and so on. But usually
But
don't go
knowing
to jail. Yeah, I mean, it does carry the penalty, right, of 2.5 years. But at the same time, show me one case in Massachusetts that someone went to jail for a first-time offense with no priors. So,
Exactly.
but at the end of the day, if she walks in, with murder charges and walks out with a DUI conviction, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's a win around.
And just
So,
get this out of the way. and
Yeah,
get
it
over
just
with.
shows.
It was different times. It was very different times back then. A lot has changed. A lot has changed. All right, we just got another $5 into the defense fund. I love that. I think we're very, very close to doing this. $205 is all we need to tip this over the barrel for 31,000 tonight. I appreciate y'all watching this stream. We'll hang out a little bit longer, and pretty soon the Pats will be starting here. I know everybody's going to be watching. I think appreciate everybody checking in tonight and hanging out almost 2 hours here on stream. And just to go back and talk a little bit about that fundraising effort. And there's going to be many, many more. And we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to getting these panels and putting them together and raising funds for Karen, having some great guests on when we do this. And I can't wait because I think they're going to be great. And I really loved collaborating with everybody the other night. It was a really good time. Okay, let's play a little bit.
if she was convicted of an OUI back
Oh,
then.
back
you
then,
know?
yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, in
And the whole
Massachusetts,
family went through the torture.
there's no statute of limitation on an OUI in Massachusetts, so they'd be approaching that 3-year mark pretty soon, or over the 3-year mark now. But yeah, I think the jury wanted to sleep on it. I have a feeling they're going to go in, they'll talk for a little bit, and then come back out. The way that
You're dressed for success. You're dressed for a
well,
win.
you never know when it's going to happen.
Sean.
You see the media getting ready. so
Friday,
who knows if they're-
Friday, 12/26/25. Canton standout from 11 to 1. Where is it going to be, Teresa? Can you let us know where it's going to be? Give the address, give the location. I'll put it up there. So if anybody wants to join, Sean, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Says thank you. No, thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, here we
who's
go.
coming in, but you just never know. I mean, you go back to where they are, and then you come back 2 minutes later because they have a verdict. So, yeah, I just hope it's not hung. I don't want to do this a third time. Nobody wants to do this.
Everybody's tired.
Yeah, it's been a lot, and I think everybody, both sides of this is over it. You know, a lot of people on the other side yesterday were pretty much thrown in the towel. They think this is over. So ultimately, it's up to the 12 that are inside, and we'll just have to wait to see. Hopefully it's. No, never. I mean, the Commonwealth's own expert said that they didn't have enough evidence to prove anything.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
And even Brennan in his closing statement said, well, we know what happened, but we don't know how it happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
if you don't know how it happened,
then why are you here?
You can't prove anything.
Right.
Exactly. So.
Police station. All right.
There he is. Today's the day. Today's the day. Today's the day.
Nathan Reed.
Let's go.
Where's this fight?
Yeah, where's she going?
She's on the phone.
She's already fighting. She's on the phone. Today's the day. Today's the day. Yeah.
We already have Rosary in the car.
All right.
Yes, he was. Around for a long time. Yep. Yeah, her brother's great. I've gotten many opportunities to have plenty of conversations with Nathan.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
DJ, thank you so much. Did not have to do that. Give that $10 to Karen, please. Give that $10 to Karen. I appreciate it though. Thank you so much. And look, you know, I don't know how much you've watched the show tonight, but I said you did a phenomenal job hosting that show. And what I always say is that the best interviews with guests are the ones when the people that are hosting can just shut the fuck up and let the guests talk. And you did that, and we did that, and it was great. It was such a treat to have Karen on the show and hang out with us and do that. So again, I'm looking forward to doing many other collaborations in this effort. It was such a great effort, and you know, for everybody to come in to do that was phenomenal. Was really phenomenal. It was just such a treat to collaborate. All right, we'll play a little bit longer here. We're very close. We need about what do we need left? I'd love to tip this over 31,000. We need $210. 210 bucks. Tree, thank you so much. I was a new subscriber. Enjoyed it. Thank you. It was an awesome collab. It was. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Can we get a few more bucks? All right, let's time jump up a little bit here. Let's see. Oh, we get, I think, the team coming out. Let's watch this.
Percent of the people that covered that crime and investigated it had worked with the full
Yeah,
state and
it's
county.
crazy, DJ. If you want to contribute to Karen's Defense Fund, there is a link in the chat. Hey, look at that, Scott McGinnis. Click on that link, donate 5, 10, 20, 50. The $210 would be great. Get us over that 31,000 mark. Listen, if you don't hit it tonight, it's okay. Okay. Oh, I remember this. We had to be very silent. Quiet. We couldn't have noise. Remember? The noise ordinance around the courthouse was kind of too.
Nice to see everybody.
Isaac. Robert.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Aaron. David.
I guess it doesn't matter. You're going to take it anyway.
Yes, I love it. Look at all the people. Look at all the people.
You're on your phone too.
Yeah, get off the phone. How about that? Jacob. Jacob.
Come on, not today. Is that what you said, Oh, yeah, come.
Wow. Jeez. All right, let's move up to Vinny Politan. Remember that. Let's see. Vinny a little bit outside of court. Show you what people look like.
Thank you, sir.
Vinny, what do you think? Today's the day or what?
Of all the days, I've been saying Wednesday from the beginning of the week, so
I think today's the day. Today's the day.
All indications of today's the day, but you never know. There are 12 people I don't know. I never met them, so we'll see.
Thank you, Vinny.
All right,
Appreciate
yeah.
it. Thanks for the comment.
Get to acquittal time. It builds.
Good luck, Mary.
People, man. Ooh. So many people. And this is the announcement. Yep. This was acquitted. It was nuts. Wow. I'm curious to see how they're going to portray this in that Lifetime movie. I'm curious to see how they're going to portray this, because those shots that we saw in the trailer, I'm like, oh man, it just looks bad. I don't know. There's just something weird about that, but I'm curious to see. All right, it is 8:16 right now. We are very, very close to the Patriots starting to kick off against the Ravens. I want to thank everybody for jumping in tonight. Oh, Boston Bia, nice to see you. Let's see what we got. 30,790. I love it. We put a little bit of a dent in there. We didn't get it over to 31,000 tonight. That's perfectly fine. But I think when we started off, we raised probably close to $500 during the stream. So in 2 hours, we hung out, trickled a little money in the bucket. I appreciate that. I appreciate you hanging out tonight with us. I'm going to go relax and watch the Patriots. I have tomorrow off. I can't wait for that. And maybe we come back and do a show tomorrow. So we'll see what I can put together over the next 24 hours, or well, next 12 hours or so. And we'll come back tonight and tomorrow and do a show. So love all you guys. Go watch the Patriots versus the Ravens. Go Patriots. I want them in the Super Bowl this year. I know everybody does. But thank you so much for watching. We'll get another fundraiser in the next month or so. We're going to do another one and have some other guests on the show. We're looking forward to it. And I think that one's going to be on Mike's channel, The Young Jerks. And please go over and subscribe to all these respective creators if you can. DJ from Calling All Beings with Boston Bia. And then we have Mike from The Young Jerks. And please go over if you can help and support them. I'm sure you guys watch all their channels anyway. So that's it. I am going to head out. We just hit the 2-hour mark. Go watch the Patriots win against the Ravens. All right, everybody. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.